And we're back with another video. So today I've been looking up some videos, looking at some things, just wondering what's going on in our world today. And I noticed that a lot of people are offended when the president or the government goes toward and against criminals. All of a sudden, the criminals in Washington, all the sold out politicians and all them boys, they lose their minds right away. They come to the defense of the crime. They come there to try to help them out real quick, telling that the government can't do this, that the government can't do that. Basically, what they're saying is the government shouldn't uphold the law, and that's what they're after, right? So there's a lot of things that I keep seeing out here where I see a lot of posts, whether on X or any other platform, and I see Americans asking the same questions all the time. What's the government going to do? What's the government going to do? What's the government going to do? The government ain't going to do anything. The government's already doing what it's going to do. It's doing it right in front of you. I don't think people in America even realize sometimes the things that I say when I speak about these subjects on my videos, There are some things that the government cannot do. Only we can do that. That's something that you need to start understanding, because if you're sitting around waiting for results from the government, not everything is going to be happening that way. It's not going to work that way. I'll give you a perfect example. For example, let's talk about all the contamination in our foods, the dyes and all the poisons that are in there that shouldn't be in there, which other countries do not have, only us, because we're the only fools, right? So look at it this way. The only way we're going to stop those people from putting that garbage in our food is to stop buying their trash. That is a very simple concept. Very small. You don't have to go to war. You don't have to get a PhD. You don't got to go to college to figure out simple things like that. For example, in the ordinary business, in any ordinary business, for example, usually the people that are the best customers to those businesses, whatever that business may be, the owners and stuff are always giving them the biggest discounts because they buy so much, they buy in bulk, before you know it, man, they're paying like half of what regular people pay for, but it's because all the money that's being spent, right? Now that's logic in business. But in America, because Americans are too busy being blindsided and allowing the government to blind them with propaganda and bull crap that they watch on news and all that stuff, they can't understand something simple like that, even though they already know these things. They're being distracted. So, for example, look at taxes. Let's start with that. The number one enemy of the people of this country is taxes. Now, watch this. Now, we just watched, and we know for a fact that trillions of dollars of our tax money was stolen, between divvying it up between politicians and, doing black op shit with that money, and all these people like the globalists getting rich, even richer from our tax money, on and on and on. Everybody's getting rich. Everybody's getting something except us, the people that actually pay taxes, right? So, for example, how high does the tax bracket got to keep going even after we witness what they did with our money and stole it, right? How high are we willing to let these people go with that? See, the government's not going to stop that, ever. Would you? Would you stop it if you was a scumbag lowlife and politician and you were making millions and millions and millions off of a scam? You wouldn't stop it neither. You just keep going too. So here's the thing. In order for us to stop the stealing of our money, in order for us to stop the people poisoning our water, like fluoride, for example, let's talk about, so fluoride is something that everybody knows is very harmful to us. But the government will tell you, oh, no, don't worry about it. It's only, in certain amounts of it, it's not that bad. Yeah, what happens to the guy that's drinking 20 bottles of water every day? He's way above those safe volumes or whatever they call it, right? So the thing is, you're being contaminated one way or the other. You're being poisoned by these people. And you know what the crazy part is? The crazy part is that those things don't have to be in there, but they are because they want them to be in there. What's the purpose? To make you sick, right? So it all works hand in hand, right? So if they can get you sick with the food and the water, then here comes Big Pharma on the other end of it. Here's the cure. That isn't the cure. It's just the refill bottle left and right. And everybody's happy with them, but not us. So, one time I watched a video of like that dude, Woody Harrelson, and he said, it's a simple thing. Don't buy their crap. And they'll either change it or they'll go out of business. One of the two things are going to happen there. So, for example, we got to take it one step at a time with products, right? For example, look at the bread. Bread is what? Yeast, flour, water, and salt. Not our bread. Did you see the label on your bread? It has 30,000 ingredients in it. All that other shit from the 4 original things ain't got nothing to do with us. Nothing but illness, destruction, and nothing good comes from something like that. But it's there, and they don't stop because you know why? Because we're too busy talking about racism. Hey, it's about left and right. Hey, it's about the blue and the blue and the red. It's about all that bullshit right there. And that game that they got going on with everybody is the reason we're all dying and getting diseases and getting sick and all kind of shit. That right there and all that propaganda is the reason why we're being robbed straight out for our work money and everything else. None of us have to pay this much in taxes. None of us do. For example, even if you do get taxed on your check, let me ask you this. Why do we have to keep paying taxes, everything after that as well? Did you ever ask yourself that question? You'll bitch about it, you'll complain about it, but you'll never unite about it and end it. Now, sometimes you got to ask yourself, right? How dumb can I be to not take the time out to, unite with my brothers and sisters as Americans and stop this bleeding and hemorrhaging of my money left and right and have me struggling as much as I work. So the more you work, the more they take, right? Let me ask you this. Who in the hell told the government that it's okay to just take people's money that they did not work for? Who told them that? Because they decided to make a law like that? The law works because we listen and we go with that. But I've never seen people that are normal say to themselves, I'm okay with somebody robbing me for my shit. I've never seen people that are normal function that way. They just don't. The Tea Party over at 2%. Here we are at 25, 30, 40, 50. You work overtime, you're 60-40 with the government. Who the hell are they? Who in the hell are they to tell me that they're going to steal my money that I work for? What difference is it between them and somebody with a gun taking your wallet? You tell me what's the difference besides the clothes is the only thing I see is the difference between the two. You got a thief in a suit and a thief in a hoodie, but they're both thieves. They're no good. And then what really pisses me off as an American is to find out in the end that this is what they were doing. They were just stealing our money, giving it away to other countries, right? Helping each other out, all the criminals and all these different governments and all that shit. All that, our money gone. Gone. Biden left Afghanistan, left Black Hawk helicopters worth billions of dollars, machinery, guns, tanks, all that. Our money gone. And nobody cares. And nobody cares. But we keep getting the bill higher and higher and higher with taxes. And here we are talking shit about it online. But again, no unity. How many times do I got to make a video like this to wake people up? How many times? What is it with people that they just keep talking about everything else that is so irrelevant with all these podcasters and all these famous people? You got to ask yourself, the people that have these podcasters that got like 2-3 million people that follow them, what are they doing for you, man? If they don't talk about shit like this, what is it that they're just another mainstream media talking shit and entertaining you and keeping you distracted from the things that I'm saying, which are very true and very real. But you know what? Nobody listens, right? So then what happens? What happens tomorrow if they come out and say, hey, we want 75% of your tax? What you're gonna say, oh, that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. Yeah, well, blah, 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 but nothing happens. Just talk, talk, talk. And again, every time I make these videos, everybody thinks that, some people will say, this is not about fighting. Ain't nobody talking about fighting, man. This is about us using our head and our brain and doing what we need to do to preserve ourselves, physically and monetarily, both ways. We're tired of being robbed and we're tired of being poisoned. Look at, again, these dudes are just not going to stop unless we stop them. And I don't care what they do with the rest of the world. If the rest of the world wants to let them kill them, that's their problem. But we need to stop this shit, man. We need to stop the poisoning of our food so that we're not sick. We need to stop the cancer. We need to stop the autism. We need to stop all these diseases that they are doing it with the chemicals that are in our food. And then you get some people say, oh, well, the scientists, dude, the scientists belong to them. And the scientists are going to say whatever they're told to say, like Fauci, like all these other dudes, they're going to say whatever they are told to say. You know why? Because they're owned. These people ain't really doing no real science or none of that shit. None of that. Even the medical schools are owned by Rockefellers and all them people, Rothschilds or whatever the hell they are. All of those people own that. So the minute the doctor, they don't give you no more cures. There is no more cures. Everything is a refill. But here's the catch. They give it to you with the food and contaminating the water and the air. And then they also sell you medicine to finish you off. And still here we are. Still talking. And all these things. Oh, look at me. I got so many likes, this and that. And everybody's dying. Still dying. I don't understand what your claim to fame with that is. I don't see it. I don't understand where it is that you're going with this, what it is that you people think you're doing. I don't get it. I don't get what Americans have done. We as a nation have lost total sight of real truth and what's really going on in our world. And we don't even recognize who the enemies are. We don't even know that. We're just flowing with it, man. So you know what? It's like I said before, man. Listen, if we're not going to do shit about it, fuck it. We might as well just throw our guns in the trash. And you know what? Just admit it. It's either that or the other. But you got to do one. You got to do one or the other. You can't just keep going on with this shit. You know what I mean? We cannot just keep letting these people kill us. You know what I mean? And then what gets me real angry, what really pisses me off, oh, make sure you donate to this fund for cancer. Oh, let's make sure you don't. They're the ones giving you the disease. How about we say, oh, let's crush these people. Why can't we crush them? Why can't we end the ones giving the problem out? The cancers and everything else. Why can't we take them out and be done with this? So don't bullshit me and tell me that you want people to donate to these bullshit programs and it's all a big circle of idiots just flowing with it, thinking they're doing something good. You're not doing anything because you're not stopping the problem at the source of the problem. So because you're going all out with this, everything else with the distraction and you think you're doing something good, all march of dimes, this and that, all of that is a waste of time. If you want to stop the disease, stop it where it starts. And it stops with our food, with our air, with our water, all of that. That's what gives all those diseases, nothing else. God didn't create anything down here to kill us. It's the monsters, the elitists, the globalists, the corporations. I'm so sick of telling you people are just wild with this shit, not listening. Unbelievable. Some clown comes along and makes a video of stupid shit. I'm talking about stupid shit. Dancing around in the middle of the kitchen with his dog, and he'll have 30 million views. Somebody like me comes along and tell you the truth about real life like this, not happening. Not going to get that many views. Why? Because this is the part that people don't want to hear. This is the part that people, they just want to ignore all this. My thing is, at least if you're going to go this route, at least know and don't mention anything online or anywhere on any platform or anything about how pissed off you are about anything. Because if you were that pissed off, you'd do something about it. But it's obvious that we ain't doing shit about it, so nothing's changing, right? I don't understand why. I just don't get it. I don't understand what it is with people today. I just don't understand. Maybe the fluoride is screwing people up really bad like that. And that's why they're just like in this whole zombie kind of thing mentality where they can't even see what's going on. Everybody's out here talking about, oh, well, the shit hits the fan. I'm over here in the mid in the south, and me and my buddies are gonna, dude, the country's being taken over, and still you idiots are out here talking dumb shit. You don't get it. You just don't get it. You know what I mean? And they're just taking everything. They're taking over the cities. They're taking over the states. They're taking over the governing bodies. The globalists have bought the majority of Washington. Everybody's in there crooked as shit, doing all kind of bullshit, protecting. Look at what Tampon Tim. Do you see Tampon Tim arrested, or the crew that stole the billions? Hell no, and that ain't gonna happen. So stop talking. Stop mentioning it. You're not gonna do shit. You're not doing shit. America's fucked big time, man. We are so fucking fucked. We don't even know what the problem is. That's how screwed we are. And even those that say they know, they don't. They don't. Because still, I don't see everybody online talking about the same thing. So it's obvious to me that they don't know what the problem is. It's more entertaining and a big game and a big show. That's all it is. This whole thing going on with Russia and the UK and all that, dude, listen. It's real simple, that war there. The globalists need and want that dude, Vladimir Putin, out of there. Because Putin don't play games with the globalists, and he knows them for the scumbags that they are. Like most people that have common sense like me know this too, as well, right? He don't want to play with those people. He hates them. He don't want them around him. He don't want them in his country. He don't want. So the problem with the globalists is this. Listen, we need world domination, but in order for us to get world domination, we have to take down Russia and America. Because those are two nuclear powers that could come after us. You see what I mean? So we got to kill them. We got to destroy them in order to achieve our enslavement program. With our 15-minute cities and all that shit that everybody's out here acting a fool that still don't get it. You know what I mean? So, all these things are happening and everybody's just ignoring that shit. Like if that shit ain't really going on. Right now, all we got to do is America shut down. Stop, bring our ships back, no more fucking war. Russia shut down, back up, and then go after the enemies that are causing the diseases. Go after the enemy, regroup our military to go chase down the globalists, the corporate, the elitists. Once you get those guys taken down, all their shit shut down, here comes world peace. Here comes no sickness. Here comes no problem. The world is beautiful. You think people will believe me when I say that? Hell no, they're not going to believe that. You know why? Because you're ignorant. So you're rather, oh man, it's this guy, and it's that guy, and it's the left, and it's the right, and it's the gays, and it's the straight, and da-da-da-da, all of that shit. And none of that shit has anything to do with the real fucking problem. None of it. Never has, never will, and so forth. Look, on X the other day, I put a comment, and I said, so if these people committed treason, when does the hanging begin? Right away, here comes X talking about, oh, we can't let this comment fly because it promotes violence. Right? Let's go with that. Let's just go with that. Now, even though that's the law, and even though that's the Constitution that I'm talking about, so if I bring it up, the fear of that consequence is so fear. The people are so scared of that. They're scared of it because they did wrong. I don't give a crap if now you're worried about being hung because you committed treason. That's not my problem. That's your worry, not mine, right? But because it's such a strong, bold truth, right away it gets tagged. But here's the thing. Here's the problem. Then some asshole will come on there and say on a video or make a video, I can't wait till Trump is gone. I can't wait for someone to get up and take him out. I can't wait to get up in the morning and see the glorious headlines that Trump is dead. Those videos are out there. No problem. And you know what? And I look at the views on it and it's 100,000, 200,000. They don't get blocked. But when we talk like this, we do. So even at this point, right, we still get dogged out whenever we talk the truth. We still at it. We're still at this shit. At some level, we're still there with this crap. It doesn't go away. So in truth, some people are halfway with it. Some people are 3/4 of the way with it. Some people this, some people that. You see what's happening, Bongino and all that? I'll tell you what happened with that guy. He saw the game. He saw what I see. He knows it to be true. There's nothing you can do. Why even bother? Get the fuck out of there. Nobody's going to do shit about it. You see Bondi over there? She ain't arresting nobody. We already know. None of them. Now I want you I want us. Let's get involved in something and see if we'll steal $100 billion from the government and see what happens to us. We'll be in jail the next day, but not them, not the globalist people that work with the system, right? So at the end of the day, here's the deal. Because we see that what the deal is with the government and what's going on with it, and you see that even when the crime, they got to protect each other, so they're taking care of each other. This whole thing, oh, there's rhinos, all of them, the majority of these bastards are all sold out. I wouldn't be surprised if 75% of Washington isn't in the pocket of the globalist. I would say about that much, to be honest with you. How do I know that? Because of what I see. Nobody gets convicted from that side. See that? It's a system that's being built here in America. So it's dying. America's dying from within, right? And what's killing it from within? The globalist. The number one enemy of the whole earth and all humanity that lives in it. Even the animals, everything, trees, grass, everything. Them people are the worst and the worst low lives that exist in the history of mankind. So when I talk about these things, right, everybody seems to shy away from this. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Think about this. The next time you're up here making a famous video of one of you clowns up here with your little famous podcasts and all that, another 10 years will go by and it's just going to be worse. If not, we're all dead already. Right? So my question is, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about taxes? What are we going to do about our contaminated food? What are we going to do about our contaminated air? What are we going to do about our contaminated oceans? What are we going to do about all of that? That's the only question. The government ain't going to do it, but we the people could shut a whole country down if we wanted to. Now, we can shut this country down and say until these things are not met, the country's not going back into movement. That's it. Be done with it. You know what? And the grocery stores and all that with you still got, it takes us 2 years. No, listen, 2 years, it takes you 2 years to take that dye out of the food. And guess what? Your fucking food's going to sit on that shelf and rotten. And all day, you're not going to make a damn dime from us. We'll buy it somewhere else. We'll buy it from local farmers. We'll start making our own damn bread. We'll do what we got to do, but we don't want your garbage anymore. That's it. That's all you got to do. But nope, for some reason, people just can't understand that. This is not something that sinks into the norm anymore. It's like everybody's gone full retard in this country. Full retard. All the way through with the bullshit. Acting like you don't see what's going on. But anyway, I'll tell you one thing. The ostrich syndrome is not going to fix America. It ain't going to fix America. It ain't going to fix the world. We are toast. We are toast. I don't even see this ever getting right. If it isn't handled the way I'm telling you, there's just no way in the world. You could talk all you want. You ain't going nowhere. We're not going anywhere. Country is toast. And continues to be. You know what I mean? You don't think that what I say is true? Watch what's going to happen after Trump's out of there. You think Biden did something? Oh man, this is Operation Clean Sweep End America coming soon to a theater near you. Get ready for it. And then don't cry about it. Stop making videos. Don't say shit. Just shut your mouth and say, you know what? I ignored the truth. I didn't give a fuck. And now we ain't got a country. That's what the fuck we get for being stupid. Fucking point blank. That's it. There's nothing else to talk about. Stop the whining. Spare me the bullshit and the whining and the crying and the boo-hoo shit. I'm telling you ahead of time while we still got time. We need to shut this bitch down or they're going to shut us down. Now, you can take that the way you want to take it, but it is the truth, and you're not going to change the truth with your hand. You can't just cover the sky with your one hand, man. You can't do that. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out there today. I'm telling you, you've gotten too comfortable. You've gotten too comfortable. Your comfort's about to get blown out of the water. Wake up. Wake up while you can before it's too late. Don't come at the end and start shooting guns and thinking that that's going to... Nah, too late for that. Get your shit together, America. Get it right. Do the right thing. Stop playing with these people because they're not playing with you. They already killed millions of us and they're going to kill a lot more millions of us if we don't pay attention. I'm telling you, stop the shit. Stop the madness before it's too late for us. God bless America. Keep your eye on the ball, Patriots. Have a good night.